Hi, welcome to Under Our Skin podcast. We're here today with Justin Buduo from Studio 31 Tattoos in Worcester, Massachusetts. How you doing today, Justin?
I'm doing well. How are you?
Good, man. Can't complain. So how you doing today in these crazy pandemic times? Everyone healthy? You, the family, all that stuff?
Yeah. We got a couple of family members that tested positive, were hospitalized and whatnot. And then, they're actually, one of them just got off the ventilator. And the other one, it's actually her husband. He's just being an ornery old man and doesn't want to deal with the ventilator. He keeps trying to shut it off or pull it out or whatever it is. But other than the two of them, my cousin, he had it. He's doing fine now. And other than that, just a couple of friends and family, friends that had it. And everyone's recovered. So, I mean, it's not a bad thing.
That's awesome. You can't ask for better than that, I guess.
No, that's for sure.
Everyone bucking the statistics, I guess.
Right. Well, it was fucking scary to begin with. Because all of a sudden, like the two oldest people in the family, all of a sudden are the ones with COVID, and they obviously have the underlying condition. So everyone was super nervous about it. But yeah, it turned out well, and everyone's doing great.
Awesome, man. That's great. I'm glad to hear.
You and me both.
Yeah, I bet. How long has Studio 31 been closed? Did you guys get in ahead of shutdowns, or?
We were thinking about it the week prior, and we started dwindling down our customers. And then I think Wednesday was my last customer, and then that Sunday or Monday is when Governor Baker of Massachusetts decided to shut everything down. So we were trying to hold off right to the end, and then I think that was like March 23rd or something like that. So we've been out of it for a little bit, but right when we got shut down, like my first thing was just because I heard about the PPE being shortage everywhere. So we started just donating all our material to any of the local hospitals. And then I got together with Tommy from Tommy Supplies, Mark from Needle Jig, and then Craig over from Helios. And we got a bunch of stuff together and managed to raise, I think it was like $3,500, and bought a bunch of supplies and donated those all. So it was a good way to start it off to kind of keep ourselves busy. And then just doing the typical drawing that you always do as an artist. I actually started going out and creating like color pages. Originally it was for kids, but it very good. After that Tiger series, it got very adult oriented. So so it turned out to be color pages for adults, but I was posting those online and just letting people download them and have fun, and they were sending them back. And it was kind of cool to see some of the people's takes on them. So yeah, it was a good way to start it off. And then actually when things started to die down for us, where we were running out of things to do, I think that's when it all kind of hit us like, oh shit, we're not going back to work. We're not going to be making money. This is going to be a tough one. So
after all that died down, what have you been doing now to keep busy?
Well, I got the kids that I got to school them still. Aside from that, like just cleaning up the house, doing yard work, doing the typical thing that everyone else is doing. I'm fortunate enough that I brought all my tattoo equipment home. So with my girl, my fiance, we actually started a back piece on her. So we're trying to get this a full back piece done in quarantine time.
That's awesome.
And hopefully we can get it done if she can sit. She's having a tough time. She's usually pretty good, but I mean, the way that things are right now, it messes with your head, and then it's just day to day. So one day you could be super into it, and then like 2 or 3 days later, you know how it is. You're just depressed, and you don't want to do anything. So,
as I've been talking to tattoo artists, I feel like it's kind of a mixed bag. Some people are on one end where they're like, oh yeah, well I'm home and now I have lots of time to draw and paint and this and that. And some people are saying, yeah, I just can't get the inspiration to get going or the inspiration to do anything, just sitting home all the time and doing nothing.
Oh, it's hard too, because once you get used to sitting around doing nothing, to try and get that motivation back, it's so much easier just to pick up a beer can or a fucking pipe and just be like, screw it, I'm going to get high today. And that's how I'm going to spend my day. Oh, I have you. So
it's getting into doing nothing is an easy pattern to fall into.
Oh yeah. Well, it's like I even tell my kids too, is because we have chores for them to do. And it's like, so today my oldest, he's 10, but he's got to do 2 chores. So it's like, buddy, I know it's hard to stay in a routine, especially in this kind of time, but we got to keep up with it. And I think that's the best thing for any artist or anyone out there right now is just like not give up on these routines. Just like keep some sort of routine going so that you don't just kind of fall into that depression of like just no motivation. Like those motivationalist days are going to happen, but just got to kind of fight through and just look on the other side of things. So.
Yeah, I agree 100%. I have in my regular job, I'm an electrician, and I have periods sometimes during the year when I'm off for 6 weeks, 10 weeks, 12 weeks. Yep. And it's so easy to fall into that rut of just like laying on the couch all day and doing nothing and blah. But if you're able to get up in the morning and do something, and like you said, stay in a routine of some kind, that really makes it easier, and it really makes going back to work, back to real life easier when everything
that's
is done.
Gonna be a tough thing too. It's going back to work because so normally me and my girl, we're up at like 6:30 in the morning, get the kids ready for school, and then we get a quick workout in, then we haul ass to work, and then we're at work till 10, 11 o'clock at night. So our day is completely packed. Now all of a sudden we're like sleeping in. I say sleeping in. We're sleeping until like 7:30, but it's like we're not used to this shit. Like we're used to 4 hours sleep, and now all of a sudden we're getting like 9 hours because we just don't want to wake up. It's easier just to sleep through most of this.
Yeah, for sure. It'd be nice if we could all go to sleep and wake up in like 6 months when everything is back to normal and just.
Oh man, I hope it's not 6 months. Oh. It's definitely looking that road though. Like, because we even today we still have to call our customers and let them know that even though they know that we're closed down, we still have to give them the information that, hey, we're going to put your tattoo on hold. And one of our clients today, he works for the fire department, and he was saying those numbers you see on TV and online, not go by those. Like he said it's so much worse than what they're actually telling us, which is crazy because you hear both sides of that story. Where are you at? You're in Connecticut?
In New York. I'm in New York.
Oh, Jesus, you're in New York, so you know exactly how bad it gets.
Well, I'm not in the city. I'm a little bit north of the city, but it's pretty bad around where I was too.
Yeah. Yeah, it's fucking ridiculous out there because we found out Massachusetts is the third highest hot spot, and then Worcester, where my studio is, the number one hot spot in Massachusetts right now. Really? Yeah, they just came across today talking about it. They had a Walmart. Well, this is where the numbers are like fudged to me. Like I'm a conspiracy theorist. I'm sorry, people are gonna hate me for it, but put it this way: like there's something going on between the media and the government that it's not telling us. Where so Walmart was shut down in Worcester for having 21 people test positive. All of a sudden, 2 days later, they put out a news article about it, and it's 81 people that tested positive. So it's like, all right, what's the truth here? What's going on? But I'm not going to get into like the politics or my beliefs, because that's one thing I stay off of Facebook and off of Instagram. Like I will not post anything political, anything religious, because it's going to offend someone nowadays. It doesn't matter who it is. Someone's going to get offended. And as a business owner, you can't put that out there. You got to be like, just enjoy it, and not enjoy it, but just kind of like just roll with it. Yeah. If that makes sense.
That's fair. And I think we can, no matter what side of the issue, what side of the aisle you land on, we can agree it's fucked up times, no matter what.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. Well, that's the thing I keep telling people too. It's like, be open-minded, because I'm not 100% Trump, but I don't fucking hate the guy either. He's kind of a douche, but I mean, there's pros and cons to everything. The media, same thing. There's pros and cons to the media. Republicans, Democrats, there's pros and cons to all of it. Some people just get so Republicanized that they don't see anything good that the Democrats doing, and vice versa. It's the same thing with anything going on out there. If you say, oh, there's something underlying behind this, people are going to be like, oh, you're fucking insane. But if you be like, oh, there's nothing underlying about this, people the same thing. Like, wow, can you be so close-minded? So I'm Sweden. I stay neutral. It's the easiest way.
So, so out of the realms of politics and that kind of stuff.
Yes.
Is there any word in when Massachusetts is going to start opening stuff up? Because even here in New York, they're saying on May 15th, which is
that's not going to happen.
It's 11 days.
Like yeah.
They're not going to open up instantly, but they're going to start slowly.
Right. Well, they were saying originally we were going to open up May 4th or tomorrow, and then they changed it last week to May 18th. but he said that Governor Baker wants to have a plan, like one of those step programs that Maine and New Hampshire and Connecticut have installed. And, but he doesn't have any plans set up. So there's no phases happening right now. And he said not until he sees 2 weeks of constant decline is he going to start talking about the phases. If we're anything like Maine or New Hampshire, I think Connecticut as well, like all these tattoo studios are in phase 3, which is going to be July, August, which is fucking insane.
Yeah. It's
a lot of these, I was going to say a lot of these people, a lot of these owners don't have the money to sit on to be like, oh, I can make it to August, no problem. Like even with these checks that they're giving us, like it's not doing a damn thing. So like what I'm doing is I have a buddy who makes t-shirts. I got some shirts made up, got some stickers made up, trying to do gift certificates. I've seen a couple of the artists do, what do you call that? The like the 50 square bingo thing. You pick a number for $10.
Yeah, like a pool.
And it gives, yeah. So, I mean, just something to bring in money. Because like we all got families, we need to provide for them. So we need to figure out a way to make money, even like selling commissions and stuff like that. So.
Yeah, I mean, tattooers, it's a business that's not well set up for a situation like this, because you guys are, you're like me, you have to work to make bring money in. There's
no vacation time.
There's no slush fund sitting around that you can take money out of when you're not working.
Right. But so it's a tough one, but I think we'll most of our artists, we're all fucking assholes, so we should be able to get through this no problem. It's just another thing that we have to deal with.
When it comes time that they allow tattoo shops in Massachusetts to reopen, do you think you're going to go right at it when they say now's the time, or you think you're going to give it your own evaluation of the situation? That's
actually a good one, because me and my girlfriend, fiance. Actually, I call her my ex-girlfriend because I proposed to her, so she counts as an ex now.
So she's not your girlfriend anymore. She's your fiance.
Exactly. Yeah. So she's my ex-girlfriend. We were actually talking about it and discussing it. It's hard to trust people, whether they're like, because everyone wants to get in and get tattooed. It doesn't matter if you're sick. I mean, shit, I've had the flu several times where I'm still tattooing. And I just put the face mask on. I tell my clients, hey, I'm sick. If you still want to come in and get tattooed, they're like, absolutely. Vice versa. If my client's sick, I'd be like, look, we're just going to close the door down. We'll have a private session. I'll put my face mask on. We'll tattoo, as long as they can deal with it. But you don't know who has this COVID-19, and it's a tough one. It's because like I want to go gung ho because I'm getting backed up and it's getting out of control now, where I'm going to have to do like 6-7 day weeks, and it's just to get caught up with people because I can't push them out. It's not fair to them. So it's like I kind of want to go gung ho, but at the same time, like I have a respiratory disease, so that's put myself in harm's way. And me, I'm like, fuck it. I get that I'm invincible kind of mentality, where my girl's like, no, this could literally fucking kill you. So we're having that debate whether we're gonna just go for it, or just like maybe take a couple weeks off and see where it goes from there. Watch the records, watch the numbers, and just hope for the best. But I'll also give it up to my the crew too. That's at my studio, my tattoo family. If they want to go back, like we'll open up doors so they can go back and take care of their clients. Just as long as everyone's like, we got to wash the entire studio down every day now. Whereas like the waiting room, like a little sweep, a little mop, you're good. Now it's like the waiting room, you got to spray everything down. You got to spray. I mean, we come equipped knowing how to take care of things like this. We're already certified in all the friggin' things that you need to be certified in to know that like what bloodborne pathogens are, how they transfer from surface to surface, how long they live, this, that, and the other thing. And we know how to clean up. We know how to be clean about things. If we didn't, we'd have a much bigger problem in the industry than just this. So, but yeah, I think it's, I don't know. It's a tough one. Cause like you said, I see people on both sides of the fence too, where people want to open up, they want to make that money, but that's what's driving them. It's the money part. They're not thinking about the long-term effect of what could possibly come from this. But I'm also one of those assholes that are like, yeah, it's a little bit stronger than the flu, so I think we can push through this. but that might not be accurate. Who knows? We don't know what the hell's going on anymore. But yeah, I don't know what we're going to do. I think we're just going to play it by ear and just see where we go. Because I mean, if it's July, August that we can't open up till, then it's fucking gung ho at that point. But if it's like I said, in 2 weeks that we can open up, then we'll kind of like take a look at it and kind of debate it from there. I'll probably just talk with the rest of the guys at the studio. Like I said, see what they want to do, see what the girls want to do. And if we're all on board, fuck it. We'll fucking open up.
That's fair. Do you have any concern? I mean, with what you're talking about, I know you gotta clean even more thoroughly than you normally do. Is there any concern about being able to get hold of cleaning stuff and gloves, masks, disinfectants? Because I mean, it seems like there's a shortage all over the place of that stuff.
That's another good point too, because we donated all our shit when this went down. But I do feel like we'd be able to still get a hold of some stuff. I mean, we still have 2 gallons of Maticide at the studio, whereas like I think we have, I want to say 15 boxes of gloves, 2 gallons of Maticide, and maybe just a handful of face masks. But it's enough to get us started. So if it lasts us 2 or 3 weeks, cool, whatever. I'm hoping within that time. It's like we're trying to plan it out where, like Governor Baker, I'm trying to figure it out when he's going to say we can go. And that's the big problem right now is he's not giving us a definitive answer. Because if that was the case, then we could be like, all right, now let's start stockpiling the stuff that we need. And that way it'll be good to go. But like I said, if it's 2 weeks out, we got enough to get us by 2 or 3 weeks. So. Well,
that's one of the big issues of this whole situation now is that it's a lot of unknown. No one knows. Yeah. No one knows when stuff is going to open and when stuff's going to be back to some kind of normal. And there's just probably more unknown than any of us have ever faced.
Oh, yeah.
Mean, in such a widespread amount.
Dude, like when it comes to like finances and stuff like that, I'm usually really planned out. And this is like threw a fucking monkey wrench in the whole thing. I'm just like, I don't know where the fuck I'm going right now. It's like we've been wanting to repaint the kids' bedrooms, and it's like we can do it, but I don't want to spend the money. It's like we have the time to finally do it, but I don't want to waste that money because you don't know how long it's going to be. So like you said, there's a bunch of unknowns, and I think that's the most uncomfortable, most stressful part of this whole thing. And I think that's why a lot of people start getting into that depression and like whatnot, because they're not going to know what to do with themselves. They want to plan it out, but they can't. No one can plan anything out right now. Like even with like me and my girl, we're supposed to be getting married this year, and we were supposed to go to New Orleans on Halloween. And that's when we were getting married. And now it's like, we have the venue, but the venue just closed down. And they even told us too, they're like, we'll refund you the money. Cause they're like, we don't even know if we're going to be open in October because right now, fucking New Orleans is being overrun with rats and cockroaches. It's I don't know if you saw the videos. It's insane down there because so many people are off the streets. New Orleans
got hit really bad.
Oh, dude, New Orleans is always getting hit bad. Those poor fucking bastards down there. They can't catch a break. It's like every time you turn around, something's happening to them down there. Fucking A.
So let me ask you a question about reopening kind of from the other side of the chair, other side of the needle. Do you think that, I mean, a lot of people want to get tattooed and a lot of people, you're going to have a backlog of stuff. But in this time when money's kind of tight for everyone, people aren't working, you think people are going to have money to keep getting tattooed?
That's my biggest fear right now. Is like, because I've always said it. People will come up, friends and family. They'll be like, "Oh, it's really cool that you got a business. It's successful. You're kind of riding this wave." And it's like, yeah, it's cool, but like I've never enjoyed being where I'm at in my career. Like I've always been one of those people who's like, I can always do better. But at the same time, I always felt like there's going to be a downfall to this. That wave's going to eventually crash. Right now, I feel like this is a big crash in that wave because, like you said, people don't have money right now. I don't know like what's going to happen when the economy opens back up. If people are going to afford it, if people are going to want to do it. I mean, we still get emails every day of people wanting us to tattoo them underground. They're like, yeah, can I just sneak into your shop, get a tattoo done, blah, blah, blah. Like, yeah, no, I'm not going to risk that. I've already seen, what's his face? I can't think of his name. He just got arrested for tattooing out of his studio.
Oh, I didn't hear about that.
Yeah, I think was it North Carolina? No, it was Georgia. That's where it was. He went in, tattooed in his studio, and the fucking police came in. They're like, you can't be doing this. He's like, well, you can't arrest me. And so they're like, give me just a minute. And they called up the fucking governor, and they were like, what the fuck do we do? And the governor straight told him, was like, your next step is to arrest them. And they fucking arrested a tattoo artist for tattooing out of his studio. Whereas like I'm worried about it where I'm tattooing my fiance here out of the house, which is like, I'm turning back into a kitchen magician over here. And like every time I look out the window, I see a cop goes by. I'm like, fuck, here we go. Shit's going to get interesting. But no, so far so good. But no, there's just too many fucking, like you said, what ifs. From the other side of the needle, there's a shit ton of people that still want to get tattooed. I'm lucky enough where I have a backlog of people that are already booked. So I'm not too worried about people coming in. And everyone we talk to that we say, hey, you got to put your tattoo on hold. Not one of them has said, I don't want to come in. I can't afford it. They've all said, just let me know. I'll be there as soon as you guys open up. So a month and a half of clients that are just like gung ho about it. I'm pretty psyched about that. So that's kind of a positive outlook on it. But like I said, not everyone's going to be able to, it's not going to be like what it was. It's going to take a big hit. And it's going to suck for all of us. Hopefully we can come out of it. There's going to be pros and cons to it where I think like some of the scratcher shops, some of the shops that shouldn't be tattooing, those guys are going to end up closing down. The good artists, I don't want to see them close down, but I have a feeling there's going to be a couple of good local boys that end up having to close shop, maybe get a job somewhere else, or tattooing somewhere else, who knows. But it's like, it all depends on their landlords too, if the landlords are cool enough to let them skip out on rent or not. So you never know.
Lots of variables, lots of unknowns.
So many. It's fucking shit's insane.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy times, to be sure. Times that none of us ever thought we'd live through.
No, holy shit. Like, who would have guessed like this kind of nonsense would fucking happen? Like the whole world fucking shut down. That's insane.
It's nuts. It's hard to wrap your mind around something like on this scale. It's
crazy. And it's hopefully it gets eradicated. I saw something today. I didn't open up the article. It just said something about there was a vaccine that actually was created to eliminate the COVID-19, which I thought was really interesting. But it was a Facebook article. So it was like, that's what I said. I didn't do the research. I got stuck up on the, what was it? The post, whoever posted it had said something about it being a bunch of bullshit, this, that, and the other thing. And of course they started saying that it was all underground lies, but it was like a breaking news article from CNN or something like that. But again, I didn't open it. I was having movie time with the kids. So I was like, I'm watching this Star Wars flick. So
is it driving you crazy being home with the kids all day, every day?
No, I fucking love it.
Oh, that's great.
It's amazing. It's so good to be able to spend so much time with the kids. Because when I'm tattooing, like I said, we're doing like 10, 12-hour days. It's good to be able to like finally sit down, relax with them. Even not last year, but the year before, I was coaching both their hockey teams. And it was just like, it was nonstop. We didn't have a chance to sit down and watch a movie or a chance to just go out in the yard and throw the ball around or do whatever. Like, we're going for fucking walks every day. The kids looking forward to walks. And we always bring like either like a hockey stick or a basketball or soccer ball or something with us. So as we're walking, we're kicking this shit around. We take the dogs for the walks, and like the kids are actually fucking working out with us, which 10 and 8 years old and they're working out with us. It's like, all right, get on it. This is awesome.
That's good, man. Get into those good habits young.
Yeah, exactly. And then I'm playing more video games than I ever have. Like, because they got me into this stuff. They're trying to get me into not Minecraft, but the other one there. I can't even think of what the hell the name of it is, but it's on like every system where it's kind of cool because if you have Xbox One, you can actually play against someone who has PlayStation 4, or you can play against someone that's on the computer. So it's like intermingled in that aspect. Platform. Yeah, so I thought that was kind of awesome.
That's pretty wild.
Yeah, they're trying to get me to play that, and I'm like, I can't, because then I'll get hooked on it, and then I'll be kicking them off the fucking game so I can play.
I was a big video game player when I was young, but once games got more involved and they moved past 2D scrolling images like Super Mario and Castlevania, that's about as advanced as I could handle.
Castlevania was one of the best ones.
Yeah, Castlevania was great. With that, let's call it an interview.
Cool.
And thanks, Justin, for doing this. We appreciate it.
No problem. Thanks for having me. I appreciate it.
My pleasure, man. My pleasure. So have a good one, and we'll talk to you later.
Definitely. Take it easy.
All right, take care, man.